So we're starting session 3 now. Then, who recap what all you trouble you guys got into last time? Does anyone remember?
We went in the forest
Mm-hmm.
and almost got, killed by spiders.
And the Spider Queen will, of course, remember us and
Yes.
probably holds a grudge.
Yes. Aranya, the Spider Queen, will very, very definitely remember you.
But then we managed to get out, went through a little village where basically discovered that the villagers may be subjected to Magus's oppressive rule, but they don't necessarily care one way or another. They pretty much want to be left alone. They're not they don't have an opinion really one way or another, or at least no one we've run into so far seems to care one way or another.
Right.
And then we on the way to Magus's location, fortress, whatever we end up finding him in, we stopped and accosted a farmer and his domicile and his family, and took over his barn for the night. Attempted to prevented him from running to alert Magus or anyone else, but didn't really ingratiate ourselves too well. Anyway, but then that was pretty much where we left off. Was we were leaving the farmer's domicile.
Yep. So yeah, it's the morning after the you stayed with the farmer. And you're heading out back onto the road. You can see Magus's black tower in the distance. You expect to reach it by the end of the day. How are you going about approaching the tower from here? There is a road that seems to take you right to it.
Anybody want to offer anything strategic? We just want to walk up and knock on the door.
Do we have any idea of what we're going to expect on this road, or is
That's a good question.
Is the road heavily guarded, or is it just guarded once you get up to the actual tower? Or castle or whatever.
Yeah. That's a good question. How are you going to go about trying to ascertain that?
I think I could help here. Why don't I scout ahead as a let's see. Do we want to wait and approach by night, or do we want to go in broad daylight? What's the consensus here?
Honestly, I feel like going at night would be better. But the only thing is that Magnus would want to do it in broad daylight. So
of course.
I have a character conflict here. Yeah,
remember,
I want to do it with the maximum eyes on me.
Remember,
like my character.
Right. Also, remember, Magus, the
Magnus.
Magnus.
He's Magnus.
Right.
It's like whatever.
Yeah.
I love this dilemma I've created.
Potato.
Okay. Remember, Magnus. You are in order to maintain your unwavering sense of direction. One of the vows you were required was the vow of honor. So you're forbidden to use anything that qualifies as cowardly tactics and tricks.
Oh.
Or
See,
if you
this makes sense.
Yes.
Oh, but of course, then
my character wanted to storm in broad daylight, like I was saying, which would be more honorable than sneaking at night.
It is not, except sneaking is not honorable. It is simply strategic.
Well,
And
well,
would
that's
you
exactly
rather?
the thing.
What is going to ultimately be more satisfying? I mean, yes, you want to destroy Magus and see him brought to justice and all, but what is going to ultimately be more satisfying to have him watch as you plod up to him, or to possibly surprise him, see the look on his face, and the look of dismay as he realizes, oh, you caught up to him, and oh, he didn't realize you were coming. What's going to be more satisfying?
You see, I feel like God, as in King Strongbeard here, is giving me a strong hint here that I think we have to go in broad daylight.
Well,
That
let's
doesn't-
at least let's
I
at least
would-
start going down the road. We haven't encountered anybody just yet, so we might constrain strategy along the way if we need be.
I mean, yeah, are we going to have to plod through an army, or are we going to, just have to climb his tower? What?
I will say, Magus, Magnus, whoever you are, that
Um,
scouting ahead would not. I would not say that is dishonorable.
okay.
But
All right, we'll scout ahead.
Yeah, but obviously sneaking into the castle and trying to ambush your foe, that would probably break your code of honor. But
Gotcha.
but scouting ahead would not.
Okay.
Now, something that would definitely be honorable if we could manage it would be to lay siege and challenge him to one-on-one combat.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
But
that would.
who knows as to whether or not he'll actually go for that. But all right, well then, in the interest of scouting ahead, I can always shift into a bird and fly ahead and see what it looks like we're in for.
Mm-hmm.
Question is, what kind of something with good eyesight? I could just an owl should be good enough, and you see them during the day as well as during the night.
Well, it's the early part of the day, early morning.
Yeah, I mean, but that they have excellent eyesight, and except they don't go up as high. Let's go for an eagle.
Okay. All right.
Just because they can go even higher and get even better, because then I can just go high up in the sky, and so let's 2d6 plus 2. How about a 9?
Okay. That's good enough. That gives you two hold. I'm gonna say that soaring up ahead will and using your eagle eyesight. That's gonna cost you one of those 2 hold.
Fair enough.
But yeah, so as a bird, you very easily get a bird's eye view of the situation, and I don't think any of the guards are going to necessarily give your bird even a first thought, let alone a second one.
Right.
So yeah, you fly up ahead. And the first thing you notice is that there is a patrol of 3 soldiers walking down the road. If you follow the main road, you're going to have to either avoid or fight them at some point.
Well, I think we better resign ourselves to fighting them. We know what's going to happen there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They don't look like they're out with a purpose or anything.
They're not expecting anything.
Yeah, they just look like they're just 3 guys. They're going and they're patrolling the roads. They're Magus's beat cops going about their day. Continuing to fly farther on to the fortress itself. The fortress itself is a tall black spire. There is a entrance on the top. So you see that there's like there's a hatch that you could open on the top and go inside, or come out of onto the to be on the top of the tower. And there's like a telescope there and a chair and some space. Nobody is currently on top of the tower. Around the base of the tower, there is a barracks. Outside of the tower itself, like at the bottom, there's what appears to be a barracks. There's a handful of guards there, and outside of that, forming like a courtyard, there is a wall of black stone. There is one gate on the front where the road reaches it. The gate is currently closed. There's a iron portcullis shut. There's like two guys standing on top of the wall above the gate, just talking.
Just chatting.
Just chatting. They've got some they've got crossbows, like, and like a bucket of crossbow bolts sitting like on the table between them, and and there are weapons about.
Okay.
Do you have any? That all is what is obvious.
All right. How many does it? What is it? What can I make a likely estimate? I guess I probably have to roll a discern realities for this. Make a likely estimate as to how many guards or armed personnel were if we go for the frontal approach. How many it looks like we potentially are going to be looking at, roughly.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and roll to discern realities.
How about a 7?
All right. Well, that gets you one question. I'm going to answer what is about to happen under the assumption that you are about to, attack the gates.
Right.
The number there are enough guards that you would probably be worried about a frontal attack, except you remember that Magnus is a fucking monster.
Right.
And you are very confident that Magnus would win this fight in
Magnus is a fucking
you are very confident that Magnus would win this fight on open ground. The question is, there's a wall and archers and things, and Magnus needs to get close to hit them with his sword.
Right, but I'm also thinking that
but if Magnus could get through the gate, you're
Right.
pretty confident that that unless something unexpected happens,
what I'm kind of thinking is, if I go back, report to them, and change into an eagle, but a larger, because they have giant eagles and very large,
Are we talking Lord of the Rings Eagles? Eagles?
Well, if we're talking Lord of the Rings eagles, if that's a possibility, then I'm totally going for that. But they have, I could certainly transform into a bird that was big enough to grab a man by the shoulders and lift him up at least long enough to grab at him and knock him, throw him from the top of the wall. I would be able to do that. I might have to make 2 passes and do it twice, but I think that I could manage that, or I could potentially carry something in talons up and drop it on them, like a bowl of flaming, whatever.
Right.
But that requires a little more preparation and things. I'm thinking simply it would be straightforward enough to knock them off, go up there, shift back into my normal form, and open the gate.
Mm-hmm.
And just let him in. And with with a little planning ahead of time, I think we could do something like that, probably pull it off, and go from there.
Yeah.
But is without having to look again or try to look? Was the controls for the gate up there at the top with the guys with the crossbows?
Yeah. There's
Okay.
there's the the wheel that you have to turn to
Right.
pull up the gate.
So okay, I think something like that could potentially be doable. So I'll fly back to them,
Okay.
report that I've seen, put that together as put that out there as a potential strategy, and see what they think.
Okay.
If that doesn't offend, Magnus's honor.
Magnus accepts this.
As far as I'm concerned, the faster we can get in and put Magus out of his misery, the better.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So, heading down the main road now?
Yes.
All right. So, you head out, and a short time later, you see on the horizon three men in black armor.
Are they married?
No. No, they look like they're on a long annoying walk.
So they're not merry men, is what you're trying to tell me.
No.
Okay.
I'm
disappointed.
sorry.
Well, I think the more important question would, when we see those guys, they're the patrol that I noticed when I flew over.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just say, Magnus, that's the patrol.
Then those are the men we must take out.
Yep, sick 'em.
To arms.
All right. So, so you continue getting closer. As you come within, say, shouting distance of these men, they're clearly taking note of you, and well, Magnus is a huge guy wearing armor that isn't of their style, so they're definitely paying attention to you. What is Magnus doing?
Magnus asks if they politely asks if they believe in the God Emperor.
Have you accepted the God Emperor as your personal savior?
I believe his corpse sits upon his throne, if that's your question.
Magnus smiles and raises his sword and prepares to decapitate him in one fell swoop.
All right, so you're gonna charge in and attack.
And he does this without breaking a pleasant smile. The kind a priest would give to a young child.
Yes. So you draw your sword and you charge. They brace spears and are ready to meet your attack. Roll hack and slash.
Okay. What's that again? It's been a couple weeks.
Yes. So in your case, it's 2d6. Well, it's always 2d6 plus your strength modifier.
Okay.
If you have certain types of weapons, you can also roll dexterity instead. But for you, it's strength. Okay. Okay,
Look at that
so-
roll.
So on a 10 plus, you deal your damage to the enemy and you avoid their attack. At your option, you may choose to do plus 1d6 damage,
Yes.
but expose yourself to the enemy's attack.
Yes, I've never not declined it, and I never will.
Okay. Well,
So
maybe.
1d6.
I mean, if you're at if you've only got so
You've
to
only got 5 hit points left. You might want to.
yeah. Okay, so you're gonna roll your damage, which is based on your class. So Magnus gets a D10 because he is a paladin.
Mm-hmm.
Your sword is giving you a +1, and the option is giving you an additional 1d6.
Okay, so how is this gonna work? So that's 1d10 plus 2, and
Mm.
then
No, plus one.
1d6.
plus 1, and then I roll separately for the other.
You can roll them all together.
How would I do that?
So you just do /R 1d10 +1 plus 1d6, and
Plus 1d6. Okay.
yeah. And it knows how to parse that. So, yeah. So 11 damage. That would kill things that are a lot scarier than a.
Describe this action.
Yeah.
I think you basically already did when you said you were going to cut off his head. So yes, I will describe what happened. So, Magnus charges up at this man, and he braces his spear, and he jabs the spear into Magnus, and you're gonna take a d6 damage.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll that, and I'll see if you actually got hurt or not. Because your armor probably, yeah.
Armor
so,
block.
So you run up, and he just stabs at you, and you just like deflect it with your shield, and then bring your sword in, and whoop, off goes his head.
Oh my god.
And
Any chance that intimidates the other guys to where we could just say throw down
Yeah.
your weapons?
yeah, so
Throw
you
down your weapons.
So you decapitate this one guard instantly, and his companions like see Magnus there, and all of his fury and the symbol of the God Emperor shines in the morning sunlights, and the blood of their companions sprays across the scene, and they drop spear and run in two different directions.
They run.
It's like, hey, you want to sacrifice somebody to the flame? Now's your chance.
Already dead. They're gone.
They're super dead.
Yes. So the one guy is dead and the other two are fleeing. Does anyone intend to try and prevent their escape?
Are they fleeing back to the fortress, or are they fleeing like off in the woods to the sides?
One is fleeing back down the road, and the other one was running like at a perpendicular angle to the road, towards say some farmland out in that direction.
I'd say we
Have
go
you not
after
heard
one
the great
on the
word
road.
of the Emperor? I shout as I charge at the guy running perpendicular.
Okay, so Magnus is chasing that guy. Emberlash, what are you doing?
Well, I'm confused why Magnus isn't going towards his
He's destroying non-believers.
he's destroying non-believers.
He has a single.
He's
single
earning his XP. Give him a moment.
He's doing his thing.
Okay, I say we go after the one on the road.
Okay.
The one running back on the road.
Yeah.
All right. So, how are you going to try and chase him down, or are you going to start shooting him with fire?
How far away is he? I mean, I guess he just
he's
left.
He's turning to run. He's
Yeah.
turning to run.
He's running now. He has. If you act quickly, he won't get very far. But
Okay, well then I will do my burning brand and I don't know, throw a fireball at him.
all right. All right, so you're gonna first you need to conjure your weapon, so that means you need to roll plus your Constitution.
So /R to /, not backslash. 2d6 plus 1. Hey, shit, yeah.
Woohoo!
Okay, yeah. So you get the so the weapon always begins as fiery, touch, and destruction, and you have and you get to choose two of the tags below. If you want fireballs, you need to choose thrown near, and then you get to choose one of the other options. So either +1 damage or remove dangerous.
I'll do the thrown near, and I think
Do you care if it's damaging to you, or do you want to just do +1 damage?
I guess +1 damage
Okay.
because we're early on.
Yeah. So yeah. So you have into your hands, your hands blaze with flame, and you can shoot it. So roll plus either int or strength, or no, sorry, throwing it. So int or dexterity.
So 2d6
Mm-hmm.
plus my dexterity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I did that wrong.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. You have a clear shot at his back. You roll and deal your damage.
Pew pew.
So
So roll /R space back up and R. Yep, 1d8 plus 1.
5 points of damage.
yeah. Yeah, you hurl the fireball and hit him in the back, and he topples forward, and is screaming as you melt a hole in the back of his armor. And he's rolling and trying to put the flames out.
Now would be a good time to move up and sacrifice his ass to the flames.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill his ass.
All right. So yeah, you go over and you just start shaping the flame and burning it up, or increasing the flames around him and spreading it all over his body. And he's screaming and dying, and eventually goes silent. Meanwhile,
his scream has
yeah.
drawn all the people around.
yes.
I'm just watching this because I'm like, I know well enough by now that I can't prevent them from doing all the bad.
Right. You can at least direct the bad.
I have to pick my battles. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Magnus is chasing this other guy. The question is not whether or not Magnus can kill this guy. The question is,
I can catch him.
yeah, the question is if you can catch him or not.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna just treat this as a defy danger roll.
Okay.
To see, basically with dexterity, I think. No, we'll say Constitution. It's a matter of you not tiring before he does.
Constitution.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
we'll roll with Constitution.
My rolls are either very high or very low. There's not really much in between, so we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. So how does this one go again?
Okay. This Defy Danger is sort of the like generic catch-all roll, which is it can be rolled with any stat. It's basically just on a 10 you do it, on a 7 to 9 you do it, but
So it's a D10.
no. It's a 2d6.
2d6
Okay.
plus.
Me.
No, him.
2d6 plus 1. Okay, got it.
2d6 plus whatever your con modifier. Okay. So, yeah. Magnus ends up having to sprint after this guy for a while, but you corner him outside of a farmhouse and run him through, and he's dead.
Eat his face off.
I don't think that's something a paladin of the God Emperor would do.
And then wears his skin as a necklace.
That definitely does not sound like something a paladin of the... That sounds heretical to me. But
just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah.
Sounds.
That sounds like something that the Inquisition would have some questions for you about.
Yes. Yeah, no.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. But
he does kill the guy.
Yes. The guy is very definitively dead. But Magnus comes back, and go ahead and take a weak condition until you manage, which will last until you take some time to rest.
All right. How do I do that?
Weak is the condition tied to strength.
Ah, gotcha.
So you can just mark.
Check the box.
Check that box. So your strength is reduced by your strength modifier is reduced by 1 because you just like ran a race.
Oh, how are we doing? I know we rested at the
Well, we partially rested.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, there was some rest there. The effects of the poison from before, we're still
right.
under those, right?
Right. Yeah, I think so. I think you're still
because I don't think we didn't fully rest.
Mm-hmm.
At least I know I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you woke our ass up, so we didn't need.
I woke you up, but then I took care of it pretty much. So
yeah, I think everyone except Thorn did get to rest, but
so would they still be under the effects of the poison?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
All right, so Magnus, you return to the party. You're
Okay.
You're tired and you're out of breath, but there's more blood on your sword,
Okay.
and there's a charred corpse on the road.
All right. Magnus smiles at the corpse, knowing that the heretic is no more.
Well, let's see. I'm gonna turn to oh, what's her name at this point? Cinder?
Emberlash.
Ember. Yes. Ember at this point. Efficient enough to get rid of these bodies.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, turn them to ash, throw the bones away, let's hide the fact that we were here, and then move on.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Does sound like a plan.
Yeah.
Is there with Dungeon World, is there like the equivalent of like a take 10? Or just if you want to do something, if you have enough, time to do it, can you just
Yeah.
do it?
Yeah. There's not like a specific, rule for that, but
Right.
basically if a situation is like, we know Emberlash has specific moves for creating and controlling fire.
Yeah.
if it's not like a tense situation, I'm probably just going to say, you know, you do the thing. You know,
Okay.
it's kind of, you know, generic GMing advice of, you know, um, you know, say yes or roll the dice.
Yeah.
And in this case, it's like, yeah. So you want to you want to bend some fire to your will to burn up this corpse. Well, unless I can think of a good way that this could go wrong,
You do
just
the thing.
you do the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I sneeze. My head explodes.
Wait, what?
Just something you come up with something a bad thing to happen for that. I blink, my eyes fall out. Like what level do you constitute? Oh, I have a thing for that, or can it just be? Oh, I have a random idea. Can I do that?
Yes. So
Okay, do I need to roll to bend the flame to my will, or is
not
it just...
not in this situation.
In
Okay.
this situation, you just do the thing.
Yeah, in this situation, you just do the thing. You create some flame, and you focus the flames until
He is no more.
Yeah, until there is nothing left but ash. And this takes you some time. I mean, you can make the fire much hotter than a normal, you know, people fire would be, and get it done faster. But it's
So
still
while I'm doing
it still
that,
takes
they
some
can
time.
have a snack, and that gives Magnus a chance to catch his breath.
Yeah. So Magnus, you're able to catch your breath and remove the weak condition, because the party takes some time here. And I guess I'll ask
Well, it might
Thorn
be wise.
what you're
Might
doing
be
during
wise.
this time.
What I'm considering doing is, well, basically trying to convince them I can actually tend to see, nobody's wounded at the moment, are they? I think everybody's in pretty good shape, right?
Except for the poison conditions, yes.
But there's not real. I don't think I can't really do anything with poultices and herbs to help
No,
with poison.
no, not with
So-
that. But is there anything that you
What one thing that I added, which we didn't really talk about last time, that because I leveled up, I
Uh-huh.
thought that I would add an advanced move, which is moth to a flame, so I can tempt a weak mind
Oh,
with my fire,
okay.
and that may come into play at the guard gate if
That could
if
come
the
in.
Eagles
That's
doesn't
something
help.
That's something to that's something to keep in mind. No, I'm thinking of trying to convince them that even though yes, we want to get to Magus quickly, the whole idea behind disposing of this
guard
of these guards and hiding the bodies,
has eaten up some time.
right, eating up some time, but I think we would benefit by getting closer to the fortress, finding a place where we could hide and basically, you know, make a little camp
And then kill everybody.
and get some and rest up a bit so that we're all fresh.
when we go
Is there
charging in.
on the way to the camp? Is there any I don't know, like village markets or anything on the outskirts, or is that all within the camp?
Yeah, there would probably be some. There's probably another village before you get there.
Because I mean, we're doing okay on rations, but we could stand to possibly buy healing potions or something to help us with this,
Definitely.
you know,
Yeah,
spider bite.
anything that we could potentially.
Because we want to be at max before we, be in the best possible fighting condition.
I don't know about y'all, but I don't have any coin.
I have 10 coins, but I don't know what that would actually purchase.
1/5 of a healing potion.
So I think we need to loot the village to get some coin.
You know, honestly, yeah.
You know, I'm going to allow this. I'm not going to take part of it, but I'm going to allow it.
I mean, we got to
Well,
heal
Well, here's a
ourselves.
here's a dilemma, you guys.
Or we could steal from
One of
the
us is a
village
paladin still.
lab.
Yeah, he's still a paladin.
So, but the problem is
Whoa.
Madness is a psychopath. So, how does this work?
You could try another. It's almost out of character for Magnus, but you could try the benevolent approach where you go in and basically like, look, I am going to get you out from under the oppressive thumb.
That worked
Of
so
Magnus.
well last time.
It's
told us
how
to
you
leave.
do it. It's how you do it.
All right, let's do that
You
again.
need to leave out that you're all heretics, but you also have to roll better.
do.
Because last
I
time
think-
you rolled a 3?
It was bad.
It's only when he attacks he rolls high.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's like
If he's trying to do something good, he's gonna, roll really bad because that's out of character.
yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, there's another village before you reach the tower. It's getting close to like noon now. So people are going about their days. You walk into town, you hear the sounds from the blacksmith's shop. You smell lunch cooking. Traders are going about their day. All sorts of craftsmen are at work. As you walk into town, you're very obviously going to be getting a lot of looks from people who are curious about these strangers coming into their village, but no one reacts, hostile to you. What do you do?
I am going to roll for basically trying to convince them to give us supplies for our journey to liberate them.
I think actually what might be a good idea here
Okay.
is rather than going to them as a group, we try to find, let's go to, find like a shopkeeper. And then Ember has that moth to the flame ability she just mentioned. And potentially target his weak mind and try to manipulate him into
Listening to what we have to say, so that and maybe donating some goods to the cause as an investment.
Okay.
And then he has the stuff too, charismatic type.
Oh no, I don't.
Oh.
No, I'm not anything. I'm like not charisma. I have a -1 to charisma, and like I'm not. That's not me at all. I just have the ideas.
You can do it.
I'm just wise.
No, I was.
He's wise enough to know that being social is a thing people do, but he's not entirely sure how it works outside of the theoretical.
I just don't come off well.
Yes.
That's what it. It's,
That's what
I'm
they
not,
all say.
I'm not like repugnant.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have an 8 in charisma. I don't have a 2.
Yes.
But I'm not repugnant. I don't come off well. So I'm like,
Yeah,
I leave
well,
that to other people. But I've got, I'm wise enough to know that this will potentially work if you can figure out how to talk to these people.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okie doke. So we find a medicine shopkeeper.
All right. Yeah,
And-
there's an apothecary here. You you enter the building. It smells of strongly bitter herbs, and there's mysterious concoctions brewing
Parsley, sage,
in
rosemary, and thyme.
in the back, and uh, an old lady who looks suspiciously like she might be a witch.
I'm sure it's nothing.
Yes.
Does she live in a street?
Greets you. Hello, dearies. What can I do for you?
Hello, dearies.
I
You know, use your thing.
well, let's see. First, I want to do. I'm gonna do the give me fuel, give me fire. I'm gonna gaze intensely into her eyes to figure out where her character lies before trying to convince her, because
There you go. That's
you know
clever.
she might actually be neutral or be on our side. So
Mm-hmm.
first, I want to ascertain, what she's feeling.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That is a good question. Well, whatever fuels the flames of her desire, I think she is, neutral in this whole, Magus business. What what fuels her is certainly not following chaos, but I wouldn't say that she is also fueled by zeal for the God Emperor either.
Right.
Neutral.
Yes, she's a filthy neutral.
Okay.
Ah.
So then, I am going to try to tempt her with the inner fire to donate to the cause.
All right, so that is a roll plus wisdom.
Like a true Jehovah's Witness would.
So,
Okay.
yes, so you're doing your Jedi mind trick.
Is it 2d6?
Yes.
Okay. And I don't have anything to add to wisdom, so. Not good.
Okay. So,
It's a miss.
yes. So your Jedi mind trick bounces off of the witch's strong mind, and she says, "Oh, so you've come here to take advantage of a little old woman, have you? Well, I think you will find that I'm not quite so helpless as the others you might have abused. I suggest you leave now."
I'm going to kill her.
Wait. Okay.
Or Magnus can kill her. you
Okay.
know.
Magnus can't kill her.
Yeah,
Do
well,
anything.
She's an infidel. I mean, a heretic. Are you not going to do your job?
He's a paladin.
She's an unbeliever.
That's true.
You know?
Okay.
I asked her true desire, and it was not for the Emperor God. I mean,
You
he
see
could
all
do-
7 of Magnus's brain cells smoking intensely as they attempt to process this information.
So, Emberlash, are you you're going to attempt to murder her?
Yes.
How are you going to do that?
With I guess my burning brand.
All right. Give me a con roll to summon your weapon.
Is that just 2d6?
That'd be the 2d6 plus your
Plus 1.
Okay.
Okay. 8. So you get to choose one of the tags.
Or actually,
Not +1, but that's okay. You're good anyway.
No,
You're still
not. He
sick
said
from the-
con.
You're still sick from the poison.
Oh,
So it's still a 7, so you're still okay.
okay.
Yeah, you're still in the same range.
Oh, sorry.
Yes. So yeah. So you get to choose one. So you have your hand is encased in flames. You have fiery, touch, dangerous. You get to choose one of the tags. So hand
I
will turn.
think I'm going to just choke her with my hand, my fiery hand.
All right.
Just touch it. So leave it to.
So you
so
could take
do +1 damage or
Yeah.
remove the dangerous.
This hand of mine is burning red.
I'm going to remove the dangerous tag
Now
because
come to me and be very
potentially
dead.
she could have some witchcraft or something. So I'm just going to play it safe and burn her.
Okay. You need to roll. She is very aware that you are dangerous, from your previous roll, and she is dangerous too. So, I'm gonna need you to roll hack and slash. You may use int or strength or dex, whichever is the best for you. I think it's your strength.
Yeah, it is. And that's a 2d6.
Yep, 2d6 plus strength. Is that a 10 there?
Yes.
Okay. So the you grab the woman or around the throat with your burning hand, and you immediately realize the flames are not burning her. She smiles at you, but you still have your hand around her throat and can give it a squeeze. Go ahead and roll your damage. Without the +1.
Is that just.
So slash R 1d8.
All right.
7.
All right. So you're choking this this little old woman.
This poor woman.
Yes, and
I gave her a chance.
Why are
Yeah.
you trying to?
yes, and so she has one hand on your forearm, and her other hand reaches into a pouch on her under her robes, and she pulls out a bundle of
Dynamite.
no, a bundle of herbs and like a stick, and you're not quite sure what this is, but she holds it up and she's about to strike you with it. Emberlash and Thorn. Thorn and Magnus, you see this about to transpire. What are you guys doing?
I'm changing my alignment.
Okay.
What?
I'm just putting that out there because this is not going to work.
It's not gonna.
I'm going like I'm the only truly good one here.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think I need to not be good, but that's okay.
Yeah. We can discuss your new alignment at the end of the session.
And that's fine.
Okay.
But I just wanted to throw that out there first.
Okay.
In the interest of Emberlash, because she's my companion,
Yes.
and I'm starting to just not care what happens to these people. I attempt to grab this woman's wrist, the witch's wrist, and restrain her at the same time as I try to tell Emberlash, just get off her already. We can talk this out.
Okay.
We can figure something else out.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a defy danger with I'll let you use either strength or dexterity, whichever you're better at.
I'm gonna go for my dex.
Okay.
Slash R 2d6 plus 1. 9.
Okay.
Hold on. Right back.
It's not real hot anymore, but
Oh, thank you.
you're welcome.
The you grab the you grab her arm, and the bundle of herbs and the twig fall to the ground and break, and there's sort of a wafting of
Acrid yuck.
yes, of like dust and pollen, which starts spreading from where they hit the ground and broke. But you have her arm restrained, and Emberlash, you have your hand around her throat. Thorn has stopped her from hitting you with whatever those things were, and Thorn is telling you to stop. What do you do?
I mean, is she not unconscious yet? I've been choking her for a while.
For like 3 seconds.
Psycho.
But if you want to like continue, if you want to finish her off, you can. She's at your mercy, basically.
I want to fish her off.
You want to kill her or you want to make her unconscious?
Oh, I want her to die. She's pissed me off.
Okay.
She had a chance to give me what I wanted. She, didn't because of her powers.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. Emberlash, snaps the neck of the witch, and the old woman dies.
Thank goodness. Hail Emperor.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
That's how you sacrifice a Magnus. That's how it's done.
So I assume Emberlash drops the body. The corpse falls to the ground in a clump. The neck is clearly broken.
And now I'm gonna start raiding the place because we gotta get some ideas on how to heal ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm not even. We're not even gonna try it. I'm not even gonna try to talk to anybody else or explain this. Like, let's get out of here.
You're just like, I didn't see this. So
I didn't see
so
you're covering your eyes
is
walking away.
the cash register in the apothecary, does it have any funds?
Why?
Yes. So you fought.
The damage is already done, so we might as well collect while we're here.
I mean, this village is gonna find out that she's dead.
Not yet. Nobody has come into the shop.
What time? Is it broad daylight or not?
It's like noon. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's noon, but
Someone's
nobody
gonna
is
walk
in
in within the
store.
hour.
We can be gone by then. We're gonna take 5 minutes and get our stuff and go.
Okay. So yes, in the you find 100 coins in like the old timey register.
Yay.
You find each of you can take a set of poultices and herbs. This is 2 uses, slow healing, weight 1. You find, let's say 1 bottled healing potion. There is a pot of something boiling over the fire. It looks kind of like healing potion, but there's no indication of what that is. Maybe if you had asked the woman, but she's dead now.
Maybe if you hadn't murdered her.
Would it be possible to taste it and see what it is?
That would be possible, yes.
without using all of it, actually sampling it and seeing.
Take a little spoonful.
Yeah, you could. Roll plus intelligence to do that.
All right. Hey.
So what you have here is a nearly complete healing potion. You know that in its it needs to be boiled down for a few more hours yet, in order to be like really concentrated, in order to give you the full effect of a healing potion in a single bottle.
Now
you can bottle
boiled down.
Mm-hmm.
Could Ember potentially use her heating powers to expedite that process?
Potentially. It would be tricky because she would need to. She couldn't just. She didn't. She would need to make sure that it doesn't like. She doesn't burn, or to ruin it in any way. But potentially, you could bottle it now, and it would be reduced effectiveness.
How many could we get out of it?
If it looks about like you could get like three bottles of it, or you could get like, if you bottled it now, you could have like 5 bottles of reduced effectiveness, or if you boiled it down, it looks like it would be about 3 doses.
Well, then, what I'm gonna suggest is take it with us, find a place to camp out of town, and boil it down while we're camping.
That's reasonable.
Sound good to you guys?
Sure.
Yeah. Is there a campsite leading out of town towards Magus?
Is that something? Because I probably would have seen as I was flying.
I don't want to go back. I'd rather get out of the town, because once they realize they're
you freaking slaughtered their apothecary, yeah, you're gonna.
Yes, So there's like a little managed wood, some managed woods nearby. You could camp there out of sight, as long as no one decides to come, foraging today. It's not like wild woods, so there's a chance someone will happen by, but there's also a chance that no one will.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I like that option. And then we can also potentially forage ourselves and eat. And heal.
Yeah. So you ransack her shop. You get the poultices. You get one ready to go healing potion, and you get this half finished stuff. Also a tiny container of halfling pipe leaf is there if anyone wants to take it.
I will take that. I will definitely take that.
Yes. And there were 100 coins. I don't know if how you wanted to divide those up, or if you wanted to divide them up, or who's holding them.
I mean, I'll take the pipe leaf, and I'll take the half finished stuff. The rest of the stuff y'all can take, because we just slaughtered the woman. But I'm not going to be completely opportunistic, but because I am turning away from good, but I'm still like working on it.
You're working on turning away from good.
Pretty much.
I took the coins just to, I can distribute them to the team.
I think I just want to go neutral, honestly.
I'm just thinking we need to get out of the shop. So I've had my moment of rage, and now I'm back to,
Now you're calm,
you know,
level-headed.
like, okay, we need to escape before anybody discovers us in this shop with this murdered lady.
But it's your fault.
She didn't help us. Her fault.
I mean, I guess
You did this.
Hey, she was a heretic. You should be thanking me. I don't understand your lack of conviction here.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Yeah, really.
Well, I think
I
okay.
find your lack of faith.
I was originally thinking that maybe Magnus was going to be more of the Vader thing here, but I think Ember's
Yeah.
the Dark Lord.
Magnus isn't evil. He's just convicted in his beliefs.
My character is evil.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey,
I'm
He
not
stands
the one
for what he
waffling
believes
here.
in.
But do you really care? That's kind of it. Do you really, does Magnus really care what Ember's doing?
Magnus cares insofar as he sees someone who can no longer join the Emperor, but he still does see a dead heretic as well.
That's fair. Okay. I'm just like I'm kind of.
Well, I've always wondered why these three people would end up getting together. That
I am
really
curious.
struggled with that
It
in the
doesn't really
beginning.
make a whole lot of
Yeah.
sense,
So,
No.
I can kind of see where I would be with Magnus. I could see him potentially using my powers to destroy heretics,
Right.
and
It would make more sense. Me hanging around with them at all would make more sense if I were more of a mind of balance than of a good natured soul.
Mm-hmm.
Me trying to be good natured with these, it just doesn't work.
well, we captured him when he was young and impressionable.
What the fuck you say?
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Thorn, you've fallen in with a bad crowd, I feel.
I think it's just I've fallen in with a realistic crowd.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're going into the forest. Does anybody see us
No,
as
not
we
in the
leave
forest.
town, or
Oh,
the
there's
little?
People definitely see you, but nobody knows that the witch is dead yet. So, like, people see you leaving her.
Witch is dead. Sorry.
I would.
But she was
I'm
a
gonna-
good witch.
I'm gonna make the suggestion that a bit of strategic arson might like something that can.
Oh
be
God, you're gonna hide
solved.
the evidence by burning the house.
Yes, because that does make sense.
God.
So I would like.
It's
not
getting
gonna
dark,
mention this.
you
I'm not-
guys.
I-
It's getting really dark.
No,
mention this to Magnus at all. No, so don't worry.
no,
you're lawful, whatever. it
I
won't be
agree
offended.
that we
But I think
we
no.
set
If I mention this to
the
Ember, no,
hut
some
on
strategic-
fire, and so it's gonna look like that she was killed by one of her potions gone wrong.
Okay.
I mean, it's like,
And
if
then
you're gonna
that
do the deed,
the
you might as well-
chaos
you might as
of
well
that
cover it up.
will let us escape without, people will be distracted.
Magnus looks
And,
down at the skulls on his uniform and wonders, "Are we the baddies?"
The thought then leaves his mind as he realizes that he hasn't killed anyone in the
Destroy
last
the
5
heretics.
years.
Destroy
Yeah,
the heretics.
he's lacking in his heretic killing.
I mean,
His nervous twitch that happens whenever he hasn't killed a heretic. in 5 minutes returns.
I've done worse things in RPGs. This is that bad.
Yes. So, yeah, you arrange this you arrange this this accidental potion fire.
Go out the back door.
Go out the back door through, like, her little living space, and get out of the town. As the camera shows our heroes leaving the village, the smoke starts rising up. We start hearing shouting. The fire bell gets rung. People are rushing about and getting buckets of water, trying to put out the fire as our heroes
Brave heroes.
go
As
to
our party. As our party.
yes, as our protagonists go to lay low in the managed
Yeah.
woods. They are the proactive characters that we are viewing, so they are protagonists.
That's true.
Protagonist doesn't have to be mean good.
That's true. Fuck's sake.
Yes. So you go and you lay low in the woods. And Thorn gets to work boiling down the unfinished healing potion.
Yep.
And yeah, so that's gonna take you a couple of hours if you're to do it right. But at the end of that, I assume you stole bottles.
Oh, sure. Why not?
Right. I mean, you were planning on doing this, so obviously you plan to have bottles to put it in.
Right.
Yeah. So you divvy it out, and now you have 3 additional healing potions.
And so one of those we can use immediately to be.
Yeah. Yes. If you drink one of them, that will cure the debilities caused from the poison. And also heal 10 hit points if anyone needs hit points. I don't think
10
anyone does.
whole hit points?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. I'm still at full after all this time.
Yeah. Well, you get half of your hit points back just from camping for a night. So,
Right.
So even though you did take damage in that first fight, you've had plenty of time to get it back. But so who's drinking a healing potion?
Let's
I
see,
think
what
all
was-
of you were poisoned by the end of it.
Yeah, we all were
Oh,
poisoned,
yeah.
so I think.
So yeah, I guess I would drink it.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, because we're resting, I can take off weekend, right?
Yeah, you had time for that.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna step away for just a minute to get a drink. I'll be right back.
Okay. And he was never heard from again.
Oh. We don't need to be good. Who needs to be good? Whatever.
This game is great.
It's it's something. It actually is great. This is
Yeah.
hilarious. Oh.
I'm back.
Wonderful.
Welcome back.
Okay, so everyone drinks their healing potions. You were cured of the spider poison, spider venom, and yes, it's say 3 in the afternoon now.
Okay.
What is the plan?
Keep moving?
Okay. You're like an hour's hike to the tower from here. If you want to walk right up to the gate.
Right.
So, yeah. How are you approaching?
I would say we walk straight up to the gate. And then kick the gate down. What do you think, guys?
I think that's probably just fine. I can, from here, since we're far enough away, I can go ahead and turn into an eagle and just kind of start flying over the area, like a normal, trying to appear like a normal, bird, whatever, looking around, hunting, and but staying up fairly high and waiting until they get into position and the guards are distracted by their appearance before dive bombing them.
Right.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Ember's along with whatever we do because she had to step out to the kitchen.
Okay. So
there's my transformation roll 10.
okay, good. You get all of the hold for that.
Yay!
So Magnus, you're walking up towards the black walls of Magus's tower.
Okay.
The iron portcullis is closed. There are two men who are watching you approach from the top of the wall. And who goes there?
It is I, Magnus. I am here to spread the joy of the God Emperor himself. Open your gates so that I may spread the word of his mercy.
Magnus? Magnus is here? Get the commander! One of them points his crossbow at you and says, "Don't fucking move!" And the other one's goes running off. Thorn, if you want to hit the one who's threatening Magnus with a dive bomb, you can definitely do that.
And there's still pretty much just the two up top.
Yeah, one of them is running to get someone though.
One of them's running to get someone.
Can I hit him with the fireball?
I'm gonna dive bomb the one that's running.
Okay.
Because he's running and he's not looking at me. He's
Right.
already off balance. It should be easier to knock him off the wall, and hopefully he breaks his neck.
Sure.
And then I could go back up into the air and then come after the other one.
Sure. Yeah. Mark to spend a point of hold.
Okay.
And roll your damage.
All right. I guess that's just 1d6.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. 5.
Okay, yeah. So, you dive bomb this guy, and your eagle talons are clawing at his face, and he's like, ah, 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 and he backs up, and then you just he backs up to the wall, and you just push him off balance just enough, and he falls tumbling off the wall and breaks his bones at the bottom at the ground, and he ceases to make sound ever again.
That's fine.
Magnus, a crossbow bolt is shot at you. What do you do?
I dramatically deflect it with my shield.
Roll plus Constitution.
+1 for being cool, right?
No.
Oh. All right.
So you ended up not being cool. As you take a d6 plus 2 damage.
Okay.
As a crossbow bolt
that
hits you in the leg, and you take
was
you
so
lose 3
cool.
hit points.
That was so cool.
Oh no.
Yes,
So
but
cool.
some another guard has like started ringing a bell, and men are all like scrambling around inside. Thorn, you can see on the inside, men are all scrambling around and grabbing weapons and shouting at each other inside the
Okay.
courtyard.
But we still wait. So the gates closed.
The gate's still closed.
Okay, then
I think
I s-
I'm gonna try to, tempt his weak mind with my inner fire to see if he will open the gate.
Okay. So the archer who just shot Magnus.
Yeah.
Okay. You can roll plus wisdom. As you try and command him.
and if I don't see him moving to open the gate, I'm gonna dive bomb his ass.
Okay.
They should be distracted enough that with all this going on
Right.
Right.
that.
Okay. So on a 7 to 9, the effect is only strong enough to distract or confuse them. So he's like halfway through getting another crossbow, getting the crossbow reset, and you command him to open the gate, and then he just kind of what?
Wait, what?
He's like
Wait, what?
he's just like stops in mid action and is dazed and confused and unsure what he's supposed to do.
In true opportunistic fashion, that's the perfect time to dive bomb his ass.
Yeah, and he's distracted again, so I'm not gonna make you hack and slash. You just deal your damage.
6.
Yeah. So you take this guy out. Describe to me how you take this guy out.
So as he's leaning over to look down and like he's just like looking all what the hell? I come diving through the air behind him and just grab at his shoulders with my talons
Mm-hmm.
and just pull him forward enough to pull him free of the free of the wall and let him flip down, go hurtling through the air to land at Magnus's feet.
Excellent.
Just
Yeah. Yeah. So
And-
that's another hold from you.
and then I land on the top of the wall near the controls, shift back into normal form, and start bringing up the gate or opening up the thing.
Cool. The gate the gate begins to open, and Magnus, you watch, and Eberlash, you are at ground level. You watch the iron portcullis rise up, and you can run through into the courtyard if you want.
I charge in, sword raised, and attack the nearest heretic.
All right. So you run in, and there's a bunch of men here, and they're all still trying to get organized, and but several of them move to engage Magnus. Roll hack and slash.
Hack and slash. All right.
Okay. I assume you're doing the optional thing.
Yes.
Okay. Take a d6 plus 2 damage and deal your damage.
Okay. Okay. And then, what was the second one again?
Deal your damage.
Okay, so that's 1d10 plus 1?
Plus, yeah, 1d10 plus 1 plus 1d6.
That's right.
Okay, so Magnus charges up to this squad of 3 guys, and they all like they're all like jabbing spears at Magnus, and one of them gets around your shields and jabs you in the side, and you take those 3 hit points of damage after subtracting your armor.
Right.
But Magnus just hacks through and fells these 3 men in in very short order, and more men are yelling and shouting now, and from one of the from the main gate of the main door of the tower opens, and two men come out, flanking on either side this hideous mutant.
Oh no.
This creature, the only part of this creature that really looks human is the head. It has the head of a thin, bald man, like completely bald.
So Jeff Bezos, the head of Jeff Bezos.
I don't know if I know what he looks like well enough, but okay, that's.
Here we. I'll post a picture. Just
There's been a few pictures, yeah.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Okay, let me find a good one. All right.
Good lord.
All right. Okay. I found a couple. Here we go. Let's put. I want this surprise. Yeah, it's like a really surprise. This one. So he just has this perpetual look of this perpetual smile, very pleasant smile on this giant monster.
Oh wow, that is the exact face I was imagining. So Bezos.
That's the monster, the Bezos.
Yes.
Release the Bezos.
So this mutant this mutant comes forward. Its head is this gentleman here, and
it can only say one thing: crime, crime, crime.
No. This is actually the commander, and so its head is more forward than a human head, as its back kind of like arches up backwards, and its torso is like a contorted human one, like hunched over, with the spine having bone ridges jutting out along the back. The arms are bone scythes, like a scyther made with bone claws.
This is one terrifying billionaire.
and the legs are fused together and covered in iridescent scales, like a snake's lower half, and
so it's a freaking Naga.
Yeah, it's like some sort of mutant
or like a Yuan-ti?
fusion of a Naga and a man,
Like a Yuan-ti.
like a mutant Yuan-ti, yes.
Oh God!
I
And
don't know what that is.
I'll find a I'll find a picture here.
Yeah.
I'm
And
afraid.
so Commander Bezos
Commander Bezos
says to, "I look forward to drinking your blood, Magnus. Kill him and
I'll never buy Amazon Prime.
Oh God.
Magnus shouts.
and um um and the all of these soldiers are charging at Magnus now.
Are there
Oh.
any torches lit or flames anywhere around?
There's probably a cooking fire, but they're not like torches because it is still daytime.
Okay.
If you want, you're probably going to have to make your own fire.
I think I would like to try to use my burning brand,
Mm-hmm.
and seeing as his body seems to have armor, maybe shooting little fireballs at his face, his eyes, trying to blind him.
Okay. So first you'll need to conjure your weapon.
2d6 plus your con, which is 1.
Because I'm not sick anymore.
10.
All right. You get the full benefits of your burning brand. So you said shooting, so one of those tags is going to be thrown. And what's the other one?
Let's do the +1 damage.
Okay. So yes. So you're going to shoot at Commander Bezos?
Yes.
Shoot Commander Bezos.
2d6 plus strength.
Well, to hit, I think it's hack and slash. Well, should be hack and slash, right?
Yep.
So is that
yeah,
1d6?
Well, no,
or
actually,
2d6?
actually, I think it'd be volley because she's throwing.
Oh,
the
yeah.
ball.
Yeah. So roll plus, so 2d6 plus 1. Nine. There you go.
Okay, so 9. A 7 to 9, you have to choose. You get to deal your damage, but you have to choose one of the complications. You have to, in order to get a clear shot, you have to move into a danger of the GM's choice. In this case, you'll have to move to where you'll be threatened by soldiers. You have to take the shot that you can get. So you take a negative 1d6 damage on top of whatever your normal damage is. Or you have to take several shots, meaning you'll spend 2 uses of your burning brand instead of just 1.
Let's just put me in danger,
Okay.
but having a better shot at the shot.
All right. Yeah. So you you shoot at him, so you need to roll your damage then.
So 1d8.
1d8 plus 1. Because you took the plus 1 damage. 7.
Oh yeah, wow. That he feels that.
Immolation.
Okay. So yeah. The immolator just starts shooting bolts of fire at Commander Bezos, who gets struck several times, and he hisses like a snake man, and as he's burned, and then he like slithers forward behind his soldiers, who are surrounding Magnus. Magnus, you've got men on all sides trying to murder you.
Well, it's Tuesday.
You fools, I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. And then I try to kill them.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Roll hack and slash for me,
Pretty
please.
much established that second part is going to happen almost definitely.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
So,
Uh,
I'm not trapped in here with you. You fools are trapped in here with me, Magnus says before he gets bowled over by too many opponents.
A bowling
Magnus,
sound effect plays from somewhere.
yes, Magnus, you
y'all been marking XP for your failures?
oh yes, mark an XP for your failure.
I am level 2 now.
Yeah. So Magnus, like, just too many guys just come at you all at once, and they knock you over. You fall prone and drop your sword. Thorn, this is the situation playing out below you. Magnus is about to get, stabbed in the, junk probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
And yeah.
Oh, I get to watch.
Yeah.
come on.
What does Thorn plan to do now?
What is there up there that I can potentially use to help? I mean, granted, they've got a couple of crossbows and some crossbow bolts.
Yeah, there's crossbow bolts. There's probably a couple of spears nearby. There's a table. Two mugs. One's half filled with beer.
Drink to,
A
drink to your fallen comrade.
a dirty plate. A dirty fork. Some food residue.
I'm thinking I'll bogart a crossbow.
A bone.
I should be able to do that without, causing any problems, right?
Yeah.
He's up here to stop me.
Yeah. You have a crossbow and you have ammo 3.
Okay, so I'm gonna we'll bogart the crossbow,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna take a shot. So volley at well, let's see, how many guys are on Magnus?
Several.
Several, like 7.
Like a mob.
Just wondering what's going to be more advantageous to shoot at them, because he's going to have to get himself out of his mess.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we might have to just do that. But
You can at least
do I
get
have a
rid
clear
of
shot
3.
at the commander?
Yeah, you can. Since you have a higher position here, you can definitely see the commander as he's behind some of his soldiers. But you have the height advantage, so you can definitely see him.
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead then, and we're gonna go for
shooting the commander.
We're gonna go for shooting the commander.
Okay, you're gonna have to roll volley.
Fail.
Okay, so Thorn, you're sitting there like trying to get an aim on the commander, and he's slithering about and moving in a very inhuman manner, and you're trying to get a good shot, and suddenly you feel a stabbing pain as you get shot from a different angle. Take a d6 plus 2 damage.
Damn it.
Mm-hmm. And you turn and you see farther down the wall there are 2 other men coming your way. One of them has just is lowering a crossbow which he's just shot at you, and he's reloading. And don't forget to mark XP for your failure.
I did. You had 1 failure. Everybody should have gotten 1 XP because everybody failed once.
Yeah, all right, I'm marked it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I'm level 2, what does that mean?
Nothing yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't get to level. You can spend XP to level up when you make camp.
Oh.
I
can't suddenly become stronger after being knocked down.
I'm afraid not. But yeah. So Magnus, you are you were knocked down. You have dropped your sword. There are a bunch of men piled on top of you, and one of them is reaching for a stiletto. You know where that's going.
Yeah, it's some serious cross-dressing. Oh wait, not those kind of stilettos.
I was like, he's wearing heels.
Yeah, not
I
that.
attempt to punch. I want to punch.
Okay.
I am going to punch.
All right. Roll hack and slash.
Okay.
You could try and fight your way out of this. Okay. Magnus is pinned to the ground, and someone slides a knife into your into the gaps in your armor. You are now bleeding massively.
Okay.
And are going to require medical attention, or you will bleed out and die.
Okay.
Emberlash. Magnus is
Okay.
dying.
Okay, I want to defend him. And then maybe use
You've got your burning brand
well, what I was thinking is I can bend the flame to my will from the
from the burning brand.
from the burning brand, or even from the campfire stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And build a wall of fire to give him some time to
Just
You
throw
know,
the flames at them to engulf them.
yeah. Okay. That's
Okay.
fun too.
All right.
Whatever.
Yeah. Roll plus wisdom.
All right.
2d6. You don't have any wisdom. Oh, everybody's. Mark another
Okay.
XP.
So mark another XP. Okay, so the flame is the flame is too far away, and it's taking it's taking it's taking too long for the fire to reach to Magnus and aid him. And Magnus, you get stabbed 6 more times. You need to make your last breath.
All right. How does this work?
Okay. When you're dying, you catch a glimpse of what lies beyond the black gates of Death's kingdom. I want you to actually describe what Magnus sees waiting for him after death.
I see the light of the God Emperor, and I see the Emperor upon the golden, and he is furious at me for dying before taking out all these heretics.
All right.
And he says that if I don't get back out there and take out these heretics, that I will never join him.
All
That I will
right.
never join him in his glory.
All right. Now you need to roll plus nothing. Death doesn't care how cool you are. On a 10 plus, you cheat death. You're in a bad spot, but you're still alive.
Mm-hmm.
On a 7 to 9, death will offer you a bargain. You can take it and stabilize, or refuse and pass on the black gates and whatever fate awaits you. Or on a miss, your fate is sealed, and you are marked as death zone and will cross the threshold soon. The
Is there
GM will
any-
tell you when.
Is there any bringing somebody back after death in this game, or
Yes. It's possible.
if they want to come back?
Yes. There,
Magnus would always be ready to come back.
Hmm.
All right. So what am I rolling?
2d6 plus nothing.
Okay.
Because death doesn't care how tough or cool you
Hey!
are. All right.
Hey, you get
So
a bargain.
so Magnus will get to come back, but we have to work out a bargain with death. Now, I don't have one prepared because I didn't expect Magnus to die.
How optimistic of you.
Well, you use my vision. Use the vision that he was given.
Yes. So Magnus can return to life, but but if he does, he will but only until his quest is fulfilled.
Okay, so it's like an Indigo Montoya thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he got to live after he he did get to live.
Also, I said his name wrong, but you get what I mean.
Inigo Montoya.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. Yes, the emperor is displeased and says you are not finished yet. Go back and clean up your mess. And
if you've ever watched Gurren Lagann, then this would be very.
I'm afraid I haven't.
I've wanted to, but I haven't.
I've heard it's good though.
Okay.
So Magnus, your soul returns to your body, and with a monumental force of will, you throw all of these men off of you, and reach out and grab your sword again.
Hell yeah. And full HP.
Yes. No. Just whatever HP you were at.
Okay. 1 sec. I'm gonna use the bathroom.
I'm bleeding out.
I'll be like 3 seconds.
Okay. Yes. So meanwhile, Thorn, the guy who shot you is reloading. What do you do?
Well, see, if it hadn't been for all this, fancy dying that was going on down there, I was kind of gonna, I was considering actually jumping off of the edge,
Mm-hmm.
and transforming into an elephant, so that I would land on the guys that were half of the guys that were harassing Magnus.
Yeah.
And just smush. Or better yet, a rhino.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's still what you're going to do?
That's kind of what I'm thinking, because I think that will potentially be beneficial all the way around. It'll get me down there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't do as much from up here.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't have anything really ranged that I can do.
Mm-hmm.
But I am going to keep that crossbow.
Okay. Okay. So, first roll to shapeshift.
Let's see. Fail.
Okay. So, Thorn jumps off the top, but your whole plan of like shapeshifting in fall, you kind of mistimed that.
I was a little distracted.
Yeah, you were a little distracted from the
Fall.
from the falling and the being shot and things, and so Thorn smacks into the ground, and takes D4 damage. Armor doesn't protect.
Right.
And then after smacking into the ground, transforms into a prone rhinoceros.
Oh my god.
With one hold.
Oh, I do have one hold.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. on a miss, you hold 1 in addition to whatever the GM says. So, as a rhino, you've got you've got your horn, you've got like some sort of trample, gore move probably, but
Right.
yeah. So you are a prone rhinoceros though. Yeah. So, Emberlash, the fire now finally gets over, and you start surrounding Magnus and defending him with the flame.
Can I pick up and throw him on top of Rhino partner here so that he can, you know?
You well, Magnus is strong. You can do that if Magnus will go along with that.
What is Magnus going along with?
Being picked up by his companion and riding his other companion into battle.
Take me to the enemy.
Well,
Yeah, that's pretty much where we're going.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Emberlash and Magnus climb up onto Thorn's back, now mounted upon their rhinoceros. Commander Bezos pulls back a moment and says, "What the hell? Shoot them! Shoot them! Damn it!"
Shoot them down.
And crossbows are fired. Men are getting in position to try and stab at the rhino with spears. And Commander Bezos is just shouting orders from behind the enemy line.
and can I guide flames around us?
Sure. Roll plus wisdom to defend. Okay, yeah, you've got 1 hold that you can spend for the defense actions, which are half the attack's effect or damage from an enemy, open up the attacker to an ally, giving that ally +1 forward against the attacker, or deal damage to an attacker equal to your level at any time when someone is attacking one of your allies.
So have the attack open up the deal damage to the attacker equal to your level.
Yeah, well, I'm not high level.
Yeah. Have the attack's effect or damage. That's probably your.
Mm-hmm. So when next time I say one of you guys takes damage, you could spend that hold to half it.
Oh, okay. So I don't have to choose it now.
Yeah, so you can.
Yeah, but you have 1 hold at any point when one of you guys are attacked. You can use one of those options.
So, or you could open up the attacker to an ally.
Mm-hmm.
Either way. So.
Okay. Well, right now we're plunging through, but the fires are short time protecting us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Thorn, you get up. You have a paladin and a pyromancer on your back. You have protective flames circling around the battlefield. There are men on all sides of you, and you see Commander Bezos, behind some men. You are a rhinoceros, though.
Yes.
So I think I know what I would do if I were you. But what are you doing?
Right.
Charge!
Here's a a kind of meta question. Will her fire follow us, or is it stationary?
It will follow as long as there's fuel for it to follow.
So basically, if I charge,
yeah.
Because first of all, I mean, granted, yes, I may be a rhinoceros, but I still have a fully intelligent brain.
Yes.
So I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Charge.
If you want to charge the commander, you'll take some damage from the men, but Emberlash can totally defend you and half that damage.
Right. So we could charge, and would my I will attempt to, of course, damage the commander myself.
Mm-hmm. And then Magnus can probably do something as well.
Could I?
If you don't like just
he might be able to take that as an opening.
Mm-hmm.
Because
But we have healing potion that he could be taking right now as he's riding you.
He's certainly not expecting this charge. So yeah, I'm going to charge the freaking captain.
All right. So you charge through. First, you're going to take as you get stabbed at by the ground forces, a D6 plus 2.
You gonna half that for me?
Yeah.
Oh, please. Yeah.
All right. So that gets half to 4, which then subtracts your 1 point of armor. So you lose 3 hit points.
Oh yeah. Hey, I didn't do anything about armor earlier.
So you get a few cuts as you charge through, but nothing.
I'm intact.
Yeah, nothing severe, and you start charging down Commander Bezos, who eyes wide but bone claws at the ready. So I want you to hack and slash him.
Yep.
All right. Who's attacking here?
Well, me first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which that's a
Yeah. So, Commander, so you run forward and you try and gore him with your horn, and you gain experience.
yeah.
As the as the mutant slithers to the side and brings his bone claws into your like neck and shoulder, and pulls himself up on top to tower over Magnus and Emberlash. But as he climbs up you with his bone claws, you take 6 damage.
Well, damn. I do it too good, people.
Yes. Magnus, Commander Bezos is towering over you on your rhinoceros steed.
Mm-hmm.
Who is squealing in pain?
Yes.
I prepare myself for the attack, and then I slash at him.
All right. Hack and slash.
Hack and slash. All right. This should be interesting. I haven't been doing so hot with these rolls, you guys. Okay. That's fine.
Okay. So that's deal damage and take damage.
All right. So this. Ha!
Okay. So you didn't actually you don't get the plus 1d6.
Okay, so that's okay.
So
That's still max damage.
right. That's 11 damage. So which, because he's already got lots of burn wounds from Emberlash. So Commander Bezos brings his bone scythes down and gets stopped by Magnus's shield, and he's like, "I will kill you!" And you just bring your sword in and gut him.
And gut him.
Yeah. And he's like slithers and back and like and he's like trying to grab at his intestines, and he falls over, and he kind of like, it's like a few last sputtering kind of flails as the shock sets in, and he passes out, and your squealing rhinoceros companion having spent his hold to make that charge, returns to halfling size, and the three of you tumble down at the base of the stairs that lead up to the front gate of the tower. The spearmen are now like holding back, but the men on the walls are aiming crossbows.
Okay.
What do you do?
Murder. We murder.
We do murder.
What did you expect us to say? Not murder?
Maybe.
Anything but that?
Maybe. Okay.
We suddenly decide that we don't want to kill Magus anymore.
Okay. So. I guess my better question then is, who do you murder and how?
What do I see before me?
A handful of scared spearmen, and 2 crossbowmen on the wall.
All right.
And behind you, there is the door. There is the door to the tower.
All right. Well, I attack the larger group.
Okay. Give me one last hack and slash. Yeah. Okay. So you run and you just slaughter the first 2, and the others are go fleeing out the front gate, throwing their weapons down. This is a losing battle, and they take flight.
How many people has Magnus slain alone?
In this combat?
Total.
I don't know.
And how about in this combat?
I don't know.
In this combat, just a lot.
Let's see. He killed 3 in the beginning, and then you just killed 2 more. You killed the commander, so that's 6. And you've you killed at least 6 people.
Okay.
He's doing well for himself.
Yeah. The men on the walls are likewise flee. The courtyard is yours.
All right.
Is there a place in the courtyard that, I mean, I realize we've made a big ruckus coming in here, but is there a place in the courtyard that we might can regroup? Or, is there any hidden area, or is it just no, because everybody obviously knows we're there. There's no chance of rest or anything.
Well, anyone in the tower definitely knows you're here, but no one seems to be coming out. If you need, if you could.
Why?
But we pretty much all drank the healing potions.
Yeah.
Well, I only drank one, so I still have.
How many
There
more
were
do we
like
have?
3 each. Or
No.
Or no,
There were 3 from the thing, and then there was one additional one. You had a total of 4 healing potions.
right,
Okay, I'm at 3 hit points.
Mm-hmm.
right. I'm at full hit points.
Like,
I haven't taken.
I'm about to tap out.
That's what. So you have to take your healing potion. But I mean,
It's also worth pointing out that Magnus has so much blood running down his body that you don't know how he's standing, or let alone you don't know how he's still alive, let alone how he's standing.
Alive
We don't know how he's standing.
so that's where my thought is that the villagers are scared, they're running off or whatever. We've not actually entered yet, so we find the guard room or whatever that's now
Mhm.
empty,
Mhm.
and get in there just to drink our healing potions and let them, rest up for a bit and hopefully quit bandage up Magnus so he doesn't bleed out in the next 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, there's a tent that's like was serving as the barracks, like a large heavy duty tent, um, with cots and all of their necessities of life. And you set up. You can go in there and catch your breath.
All right.
So you have one healing potion left.
I'm still good.
You're still good. You're bleeding a lot. You're just.
I'm at 17 health.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna argue to take the healing potion because I'm pretty much gonna be dead.
How much does the healing potion restore?
Yeah,
10
that's
hit
the other
points.
question.
10. I'm
10 hit
Yeah.
points, and it removes one debility.
all right. Well, I'm not debilitated in any way.
Yeah, I don't think any of us are. I think
No.
we're okay.
I need to take at minimum 4 more damage to consider using it.
Okay, I can do the watch since I'm at full health, so that Thorn.
Well, I don't think. Are we gonna actually be able to rest?
Yeah, you won't be able to like camp here now.
Yeah, we won't be able to camp here. So
Yeah.
It's-
You
we
can
could
try,
take
but then
a
Magnus
moment
is
to be rude.
Magus is gonna be like, what the fuck are they?
Well, he's bleeding out right now,
What
so
are
I'm
you
gonna
doing?
bind his ass down.
And yeah, I'm like,
Uh,
I think we're committed at this point. Like, and Magnus isn't gonna let us just walk away.
Well, more importantly, Magus isn't gonna just sit there in his tower. We set up camp, pitch our tents.
Well,
and
no, I'm not even saying that.
No, I'm just saying we take a
there's
moment
really-
and
we're
heal
not gonna
up
be
so
able
that
to
you're
s-
not bleeding
I'm
out
like,
within
are we
2
even
seconds.
gonna be able to suggest, hey, why don't we leave and then come back? Leave and go get some rest, and then come back and try this again.
No, because then
was
we'll
the-
have to go back
yeah,
through the
exactly.
same thing.
That's why I'm saying at this point we're committed.
Yeah.
So I'm at 3 hit points. So if I take that potion, I'll be above half. I'll be in good shape and I can continue.
Okay.
But if not, then I'm staying back and out of battle.
Right. Well, you're going to
Yeah.
take your healing potion.
So we can do it either way. I can stay back and stay out of battle and just observe.
Right.
But
I think you're really gonna want to take that.
I'm probably going to want to take it. So okay, I take the healing potion.
All right,
Call me up to 13.
all right,
And then let's power through.
okay. So yes, Emberlash was insisting on like treating Magnus's wounds, but you find once you've examined them that while he has lost a shocking amount of blood, he's not bleeding anymore.
I got better.
Well, wait,
She turned
so,
me into a newt.
But I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to die the moment Magus dies. So
Or are you already dead?
am I already dead? I
Oh,
don't
God.
know.
Well, this is swell.
Okay. So we're healed up for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess we're going to go through the next tier or the next gate.
Okay.
Will that be for now or for next time?
I think it might be better if we if we leave that for next time. So
Okay.
so yeah, you the three of you enter through the gate at the wooden gate at the top of the stairs that enters the tower. You enter into a dark room, and the door magically closes behind you and seals itself. and purple flames burst into life, illuminating the dark space, and mutants greet you with horrible smiles, twisted bodies.
And they're all Jeff Bezos.
No, there are other
Billionaires.
other assorted billionaires who have look
Still
silly.
billionaires. Oh, this is gonna be swell.
Yes, and
Steve Jobs, Bill
Yeah.
Gates.
Elon Musk.
Elon, yeah, Elon.
No, not Elon.
I need to mount the Elon.
I like Elon.
I want to ride the mighty Elon.
I want to ride Elon too.
we
don't.
all like we all like Elon, but Megas saw an opportunity to turn him into some sort of rocket shooting monstrosity.
Can't kill Elon Musk. His Musk is too strong.
Oh God.
The elongated muskrat.
Can we not repeat that line
I'll say it as many times as I need to.
Okay. End of session move though. End of session. Let's see. So look at your alignments. Did you do your alignment thing?
I think I'm teaching Thorn to be hard.
Oh, yes, bonds, right, bonds. I think that's true, but he's actually changing his alignment. So I think you've done that.
Right, but I think you have done that. But I would argue that even though I'm changing my alignment, I would argue that I did succeed this time because I did help Ember to grow. Because I helped her in working on her bonds, and also I helped her. I helped her in developing some better strategies to how to effectively use some of her powers.
Sure. Yes, but okay, yeah. Emberlash, I agree, and it seems that Thorn agrees as well. So you may count that bond as complete. Claim an XP for it, and you may write a new bond.
Okay. Okay. So
I'm not necessarily serious about my alignment, but
Yeah.
but I
Yeah. Yeah. Does anyone else have like a bond that has maybe been fulfilled? I don't think so.
One of them was Emberlash's misguided behavior endangers their very soul. I don't think I really did anything to relate to that.
Yeah,
The other one-
I think you probably still believe that.
For some reason, I wrote, and I don't know what asked me to write this. Jetson is a farmer, and I like him. I'm not exactly sure what was going on there.
Right. I told you not to do that, but you Jetson was the farmer that you stayed with, that Emberlash wanted to murder, and that you did not allow them to murder, and you decided to write that as a bond, but because you were allowed to write bonds with NPCs.
Okay.
You'll have to go and like talk to him and find out why you don't like him, so that you can you can finish that bond.
Okay.
As a paladin, you are allowed to have up to 4 bonds, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I leveled up. I have a 9 XP.
Well, that'll be great when you get to take a rest.
Damn
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
see, I'm trying to think here. So wait, how? But we don't get to any. There's not extra XP just at the end of the session for whatever. I can't remember.
Okay, so bond. So first we do bonds, then
Right.
we do alignment. Emberlash, I think you did your alignment.
Oh yeah, she did.
Yeah, you sacrificed an unwilling victim to the flames. So that's
I'll count that. She had to step away, so
Okay.
I'll count that for her.
right. She gets an XP for that. Magnus, did you deny mercy to a criminal or unbeliever?
At least one.
Specifically in this case, I will say that was the one that when you chased down the one who fled.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I was gonna
Like,
argue.
because killing them in open combat is not the same as denying them mercy.
Okay.
But
yeah, but chasing them
chasing-
down and
chase-
slaughtering them
yeah.
when they're trying to escape, that's yeah.
yeah, that definitely counts. So you gain an XP for that, and Thorn, I
I
Yeah.
really don't. think I
Did you
good
mark my
here.
XP?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I really don't think I did good.
yeah.
I mean, I could argue it if I really wanted to, but I'm like, no, I'm good.
Yeah. So
You are
Thor-
good?
No,
So-
I'm good. I'm good.
You're good.
I'm good. I'm good.
So Thorn, for next time, you can change your alignment to one of those other prescribed ones, chaotic or neutral, or we can write you your own alignment goal and name it, if you want, and if you want to think about that before next time, we can talk about it over Discord or something.
Okay, I just wasn't sure if neutral.
Mutants, chaos mutants are probably unnatural menaces.
Yeah,
And that would, if that's something that bothers, if the existence of that is something that bothers Thorn, then he would have a mutual goal in line with Magnus.
well, see, I could argue unnatural menace any number of ways.
That's true.
So that's not a bad way to go. I'm just wondering if it wouldn't be better to go something like because the main thing that I value and I could easily put into the character is loyalty to friends and companions.
Mm-hmm.
So it's risking myself to and although would that technically be good?
I mean that could be, but if you want to focus more on the loyalty aspect, you could call it lawful.
Yeah.
Lawful. Put self at risk to defend allies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think we'll go that way. Yeah.
Cool.
Risk self to aid others. To aid others in
Aid
distress.
companion. Oh. Okay.
Not necessarily just companions, but those that I feel that we'll make it a moral code where it's like I don't like. We're gonna go with Captain America here.
Mhm.
I don't like bullies. So aiding my companions, of course, goes along with that. But aiding others that are in distress, that I feel like, helping those that can't help themselves.
Okay.
For whatever reason.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. So now we have the the final session questions. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Yes.
There are mutants, apparently. They're a
That
mutant
that Magus has managed to capture all the world's billionaires and turn them into Nagas.
Well, no, but that he has transformed people into horrible mutants.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I say yes. So everyone gets an XP for that.
Yay.
did we overcome a notable monster or enemy?
Oh,
Yes. We killed Jeff Bezos.
Yes,
We overcame the commander.
you killed Commander Bezos.
Now, when do we go to the next level? How many?
Not
You're
until we rest.
yeah. You when you have downtime hours and XP equal to or greater than your current level plus 7. So if you're level 1, you need
Okay.
8 XP to reach level 2, and then you subtract those 8 from your total, and then you need 9 to hit level 3, and 10 to hit level 4.
But we have to rest first.
We did get one for knocking out the commander.
Yeah, you'll get 1 for knocking out the commander, and the last one, did we loot a memorable treasure?
Nope.
Oh,
Well,
well, we looted and we
You-
got healing
we looted
potions
the
and
healing,
stuff,
yeah. I mean,
and we got money.
Well, so
it
It's not
wasn't like it wasn't
notable.
like a special item.
right. So the the question is, did we loot a memorable treasure?
And nothing.
And like you did loot things, but like I don't know, unless you want to argue that the half finished healing potions, but even then I don't really think so.
No, that's okay.
No, I think we're good.
So so you got 2 from those questions, and there we go.
When
That's-
when I level up next time, there's only one possible thing I can pick: Exterminatus, which is literally a word from Warhammer. And if you want a visual example of what Exterminatus looks like,
Uh-huh.
I will kindly provide one if you give me a moment.
But Well,
Oh wow,
I think
that's
we'll-
a
I think
good
we'll-
move.
I think
Yeah,
we'll
it
all-
is.
I think we'll all be going up a level next time.
Yeah.
Next time we rest, because I'm at 10. I think Ember's at 9.
Yeah.
So we'll both go up to 3, and
I did
then
want
Magnus
to.
should go up.
I wanted to change one of my bonds. My previous bond, I just don't think it makes sense. It was teach Magnus the true meaning of sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
And I just want to take that one out and change it to help Magnus conquer Magus. So
That's
that-
Exterminatus.
so eventually that bond could be, completed.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine with me.
Okay.
Hey, okay. How is this gonna work? Like you?
No,
Well, I mean,
no.
granted, that's
the-
Exterminatus and Warhammer.
That's Exterminatus and Warhammer. It just shares the name.
Yeah.
It's
The actual move that he'll be taking is when you speak aloud your promise to defeat an enemy, you deal plus 2d4 damage against that enemy and minus 4 damage against anyone else. This
So
effect
basically, you just won Ender's Game.
Yes.
this effect lasts until the enemy is defeated. If you fail to defeat the enemy or give up the fight, you can admit your failure, but the effect continues until you find a way to redeem yourself.
Oh yeah.
So, it's a very, very strong buff. But I'm going to have to link you guys to this article called the 16 hit point dragon, which is relevant to Dungeon World.
Okay.
But yeah, so this is a very strong move, but just know that also if you'd use it and the enemy escapes, you're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I guess that's the session.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
Excellent. Excellent.
These games keep getting better every second.
Yes.
It's just wonderful.
Yeah. Oh, I probably shouldn't tell you, but I kind of want to, so I will. Aranya, the Spider Queen, I asked my internet friend who also goes by Aranya, and they've helped me put together the Spider Queen's plot.
Oh,
Okay.
So,
I was kind of hoping that we would just be able to get away from the spiders.
yes.
You know, maybe
Well,
go follow the butterflies.
Well, maybe you will. But maybe you will. But she's not happy that you murdered her children.
They came at us,
Yes, because they were hungry.
and they're spiders. They deserve to be exterminated.
Oh well, she's not gonna like that attitude.
No. I'm like, just look, it's balance in all things.
Spiders
Stay in your
try and
forest.
eat you.
Stay in your forest and don't eat people, and we'll be fine.
But
There's
people are
plenty-
filled with delicious fluids.
There's plenty of. There's a fucking giant. There was a fucking giant, a hill giant. Okay,
Yeah, he's really strong.
so he's got many more nutrients than we do. I'm a scrawny little halfling. I mean, eat these two. Eat these two first. I mean, let me go. I'm not worth anything. I'm like an appetizer. Okay, I'm not going to satisfy anybody. So eat those two.
Yes. Well, we'll have to see how that goes. Yeah. All right.
Betty, can I turn into a spider?
Um,
I bet I could turn into a spider.
you could turn into any spider that is native to the Whispering Plains. So,
So like a tarantula.
probably yeah. I would have to go and like look up what kind of spiders live in the plains of Africa. But
What
I-
kind of spiders live in?
I-
spiders.
Yeah.
Big
Um,
spiders.
But I assume that the spiders exist in Africa. So yeah, you could turn into some spiders. You do have the move. It's kind of hidden at the corner of your character sheet. Studied essence. When you spend time in contemplation of an animal spirit, you may add its species to those you can assume when shapeshifting.
Why did
okay.
you do this? Stop.
So you
Leave.
but it's entirely possible for you to add new forms to your transformation.
Okie doke.
You just have to you kind of have to like go out and contemplate with the natural world and attune yourself to the spirit of that animal. So it's not something that you can just be like, hey, I saw a Tyrannosaurus Rex one time, so now I can turn into a T-Rex all the time, forever.
It's gonna take some. Yeah, it's gonna take some time.
Yeah, but it's definitely something you could do in like a downtime action
Downtime. Yeah.
or something.
Yeah. Right on.
And yeah, so
A baboon spider.
baboon spider.
Let's see.
All right.